Next.
Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to our season 4. We're really excited to be here, and gosh, I can't believe it's already our fourth season. It just seems like it's gone so fast, and we're a little short staffed here tonight, but Rob will kind of go over that. But I'm going to turn it over to him because he's so good at talking and explaining everything.
Okay. So, you guys, this season we're super excited about returning here to YouTube for another season. We did switch some things up, so let me tell you what we have as a cast on the show. As judges, we have Brooke Magrasso, who's not here tonight. She's dealing with some family things and just nothing bad or anything like that. So no worries on that. She'll be back. We have Tina Crin, Prairie Princess 1, and Zen Maiden. They are serving as our judges currently on the show. And then as your chefs, it will be Alicia, Michael, Christy, who is out this weekend because she's moving, and then myself. I return to the cooking table this season, so I'm super excited about that. So let me tell you what the changes are this season compared to last season. Last season we kind of had a scoring system that was going. This season we simplified it very much as to where each of the chefs are going to show what they have made for the evening based on what the judge selected as our theme and our requirements. They rotate every week. So, for instance, this week I'm sorry, Brooke's turn to tell us what the theme was going to be and what the requirements were for the chefs. But all of the chefs hold what we call a best in show point at the end of the show. And they will award their best in show point to whichever chef they think did the best job overall. And if I get this wrong, help me out, Tina, in plating, presentation, following theme, creativity, and informative information to the viewers. So that is kind of what we're looking at, and that's what that's what the judges are looking at, and that's what they're going to base who they give their best in show point to. That will be done at the end of the show. This season, the objective for the chefs are to get as many best in show points as they can throughout the season, because the two chefs with the most best in show points at the end of the season will automatically advance to the finale and have a chance to automatically win $50 and then $5 for each best in show point they have received during the season, up to an additional $50. So a total reward of possibly up to $100 in gift cards. So that's what we're aiming for. You guys will see as we progress through the show, the format, how it's going to go, that kind of a thing. But also, I did want to announce tonight that Tina's last episode as a judge on the show will be next Monday. Tonight, at the end of the show, she will announce the theme and the requirements that she is setting for us, the chefs, and she will be with us through the whole episode next week. So we're sorry to see her go, but we understand she has a lot on her plate, and a lot of it's exciting, and some of it's, just family things and things that are going on. So, Tina, we definitely are excited to have you here this week and next week, and we'll definitely you. And I am going to, Tina will have something to say next week, of course. We're not going to let her say goodbye yet because she still has next week. But we're going to go back to Alicia real quick because we've made a decision about the seat that Tina is currently in as a judge. Alicia?
So we decided that we were going to open it up and invite one of our viewers to actually take over that seat. And so if you're interested in coming on, being a judge on the show, just like making that commitment this season, we would love to have you. You can contact me on Facebook or on here, email me here on YouTube, or you can contact me, Michael. Rob is a little hard to contact, but you can send him an SOS or something. Maybe he'll get it, Or Zen, you can also. She's also on Facebook and stuff. And you can also, send her a message. Any of us, if you're interested, we would love to have you. And yeah, so we're just kind of opening it up, and we would love to get someone like maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, we're really looking for someone that can commit to the entire season.
Yeah.
So it's Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We understand that there may be an episode or two that you can't make due to previous commitments, and we get that. But we are looking for someone to fill that position as a whole. And our season 4 runs through October 12th. So if you're able to make that commitment, go ahead and get a hold of Alicia, Michael, Zen, myself, whatever. Get a hold of one of us. We'll forward the information over to Alicia at the end. The decision will be hers. She is our creator and producer of the show. And so if you think it's something you would like to do, please get that information into us, and we'll be looking to fill that spot here within the next couple, 2-3 weeks. Okay, so I don't think we have anything else to talk about before we get started. So since Brooke isn't here, I'm going to just kind of, quote, fill in for Brooke tonight as far as the announcing goes. So Brooke's decision this past week, and she notified all of the other judges and chefs. Her decision was diner food. So what would you find at a diner? The requirements that she gave the chefs were one main and one side. So one main dish and one side dish. The side dish, she did say, could be a dessert. It was to our discretion. Now, as we present our food, there may be additional like stock things on the plate to make the plate look full or whatever. But the judges are looking at what our main dish is and what our side dish is, or our, in this case, because she opened it up, our dessert dish. So without further ado, Alicia presents first tonight, and then Michael, and then myself. So Alicia, the floor is yours.
Okay, so first of all, I am representing not only myself tonight, but Miss Christy tonight, okay? Because I did get Michael's over there like, what you talking about? Okay, because like last night me and Christy had a conversation, and she kind of helped me a little bit. And so this is kind of like both of ours. Michael, don't be giving me that look, okay? Don't be giving me that look. So anyway, I made something really good. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? Okay. So this is my diner meal. It is a meatloaf, green bean. Well, okay, so the green beans are kind of like, you know, the little extra to make it. I didn't want a big spot on the plate, but it was the mashed potatoes and the meatloaf. So, see if you can see the meatloaf here. It's actually like rolled up, and inside there is mozzarella cheese and spinach.
Alicia, can you move it up because all the pictures are at the bottom? There you go, perfect.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. And this is like a 4-cheese mashed potatoes. And yeah, so I'll cut the oh, Tina's
Tina dropped off.
but I'll open so you can see that the middle of the like the cheese is just like gooey, and there's spinach, like fresh spinach in there. And I use it calls for breadcrumbs, but I actually like to use panko, so I use some panko in there. Onions. It's super yummy. And I rolled it up and I baked it. It was super easy. But yeah, Tina, did you see that?
No, what is it? Again, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Connection. So it's meatloaf, and on the inside it has mozzarella cheese and spinach, fresh spinach in there. And then this is a 4-cheese mashed potatoes. And then I added the green beans for, you know, that wouldn't be a big space on the plate. But this is the inside. Oops, this is the inside of the meatloaf. Like I said, it has mozzarella cheese and spinach. And I used panko breadcrumbs instead of regular breadcrumbs. I just like the panko better. So that is my meal today.
It looks awesome, Alicia. It looks really great.
Yeah, it is.
So, is your meatloaf? Is it beef or is it turkey or pork or?
Okay, so the recipe called for turkey, but I use ground beef. I just use the I think it was like the 93, percent ground beef, and it's so good. It was so good. I actually I flattened it out. I put the cheese and the spinach on it, and I rolled it, and then I stuck it in the pan, and then cooked it like that, and it's very pretty. It turned out very pretty.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
It does look great.
And the crazy thing.
So what else did you add?
There is egg, ground beef, ketchup, onions, garlic, salt, pepper. There's Worcestershire sauce. I can never say that word. Worcestershire. In there, and yeah, that's pretty, and a couple of eggs, and panko. Mix it all up, flatten it out, roll it up, and that was it.
Awesome. It looks delicious. So about the potatoes, now tell us how you made the potatoes and what types of cheese are in there and so on and so on.
Okay, so I cheated a little bit. I never make my own, from scratch. I always use it. I have a bag, and I throw in there, and then I threw in a little bit of extra, just some of the mozzarella cheese in it after I made it, and then just lots of pepper, and then that's just plain green beans, So yeah, so that is my diner food.
Awesome.
Well, I would come to your diner and eat that because meatloaf is one of my favorite.
Me too.
And my family hates meatloaf, but there's so many things you can do, and I love how you stuffed it, Alicia. Great creativity, great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. I was kind of like, because like I found the recipe. I've never actually stuffed it before, so I was kind of like, And to be honest with you, it was super easy, and it turned out exactly what the picture looked like, which was like insane to me because nothing ever turns out like the picture.
It really did turn out nice looking.
It was really easy. And one tip that I did to make it really easy to roll it up is that I put foil paper down, and I flattened the meat on it, and I put the everything on in the cheese and stuff, and then I took the foil and used the foil to kind of like maneuver it and wrap it, and it was so easy. It was way easier than I thought. So yeah, so I'm really proud of my meal tonight.
I have a question. How much would you charge for that plate, Elise? If I were to come into your diner, how much for that?
I think probably like maybe like $8.
$8? Okay.
Oh, that'd be a steal, girl. I was gonna say $15.99 with all the sides.
$10.49.
Not that much. Around here, I don't know, but maybe it's just Oregon's cheaper, but like they don't charge that much around here, so.
Yeah, here in South Dakota, that would probably go between $8 and $10, and you might get maybe a piece of bread or something with it. But yeah.
That's about the same here. About $10.99.
Yeah.
Good job. Very good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So, does anyone else have any other questions for Alicia, or are we ready to move on to Mr. Michael?
Ready to
Michael,
move on.
it looks like we're ready for you.
Okay. I gotta say, first I got a text from Christy. She told me to tell y'all hi, and she misses all of y'all. So I just got a text from her. She said it's about 2 hours of a drive. But when I think of a diner, I made a patty melt. I think of a good patty melt. This here is a Swiss cheese with sauteed onions and mushrooms on Texas toast.
Oh my gosh.
Super yummy. Super good. Let me tell you, my meat is a mixture of. Let me hold one of these up here. It's a mixture of ground turkey and beef. Oh, look at that onion trying to jump off there. Oh, it's just. And I actually season my meat the night before, so the meat just has time to absorb all the seasonings. And the seasonings I used this time, I found these this weekend. I always use a steak seasoning, and this here is a salt-free steak seasoning, which is really good. I used a pound of beef and a pound of ground turkey. I used about 2 tablespoons of this seasoning and about a tablespoon of a chicken seasoning, which is also salt-free. So trying to keep the sodium down. I just mix all the seasonings with 2 eggs per pound of meat, and just put it in the refrigerator with, covered with some saran wrap overnight, so it has time to get all the flavor in there. And then I sauteed the mushrooms and onions it was like a big batch of mushrooms and 1.5 onions with some garlic powder, a stick of butter. Let that saute until the onions are translucent and the mushrooms have sweated down. And the Texas toast, I buttered it, laid it in the skillet, got it nice golden brown. You can see how gorgeous that is. So it just, and it's just still crunchy and gooey and cheesy. It's to die for. So, my side, we are talking about Michael here. I had to make apple pie a la mode. You look at that. Look at those fresh apples. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you about this apple pie. First of all, I did kind of cheat. I used a store-bought crust. My crusts do not turn out very well. It takes 3 or 4 times. But in this recipe, there's 6 cups of apples. I used a nice baking apple, which I used a mixture between Granny Smith and a Golden Delicious. I think, yeah, Golden Delicious, half and half, with 3/4 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and like a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. You mix the sugar and the cinnamon and nutmeg together, and then you put a layer of apples down, and then some the cinnamon sugar mixture, apples until it's full, and then you put 2 tablespoons of super chilled butter over the top. You lay your top crust on, crimp it real good, stick it in the oven for 15 minutes, reduce down to 350, and bake it for about 35 more minutes until you get that perfect golden crust. But it is. Let me show you one of these apples. I mean, the apples are still firm. They're not soggy. Get all the cinnamon and the yummy goodness on there. It's
hungry.
It's amazing.
I'm mesmerized.
I'm visualizing that taste, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Michael.
You knew I was going to bring it all out tonight. Come on now.
You did.
Okay, so what questions do the chefs or I'm sorry, any of the judges or chefs have?
Gosh, Michael, I don't know if I have any questions. I'm in like intoxicated by your pie. Your pie mouth.
I
Oh,
know.
These are
it
right
looks
there.
really good. Now you said you use Texas toast. Is that the stuff you buy like frozen, or did you make your own?
No, I mean, here, you can buy just really thick sliced toast, bread,
Mm-hmm.
and I toasted it myself in the skillet with a little bit of butter, kind of like you would do a grilled cheese, but just one side.
Okay.
It looks delicious. Is it garlic Texas toast, Michael?
Oh, it's just regular Texas toast.
Regular. Okay. Did you put any Worcestershire in your meat?
No, I don't. I just use the seasoning, an egg, and the seasoning it's spot on.
It looks really good. I'd like to find some of that myself, that Weber. I haven't seen that sodium free.
Yeah.
I just found this, and actually I found this at our local Sam's Club, and I've also seen this at Walmart.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Now, what would you add with that in your diner, Michael? Like you have the patty melt, which is phenomenal. What would you have on the plate with that? Would you have sweet potato fries, or what do you think you'd serve with that?
Give a choice of either potato fries, regular French fries, or homemade onion rings.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Well, or something. Onion rings are my favorite.
Diner combo. Some of all of it. Yeah. It looks awesome, Michael.
Wow, this is great, you guys. I mean, amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm starving now.
And Michael, what was the price of that meal?
The price for the sandwich, say you had a French fry side, it would be $8.99 for the sandwich, and then $2.99 for the apple pie a la mode.
Yeah, that's a steal, Michael. That's a steal. It would not be that cheap. No.
Well, we are in Texas, and that's our Texas prices.
I gotta get me down to Texas.
All right. I know, because just the pie and ice cream alone would be like $7 here. $6.99, $7 for the pie.
Oh,
$5.99.
a slice of pie?
I've seen a dessert as high as $15 for a slice of pie.
Oh, wow.
Depends where you go.
Mile High Mississippi Mud Pie. So, right?
A slice of pie here would only be like a couple of dollars.
Well, it depends where you are. And what restaurant. Of course, at a diner would probably $19. But the other is patty melt is one of my all-time, and I never thought about it like this, but I haven't had one in years. But that was like the standard of what I would always get when I went to a restaurant that had sandwiches. That would be like the only thing I used to order. And then I started going from the hamburger style to the tuna patty melt.
Yeah.
I thought that was healthier. Stuff with mayo. Yeah, okay. But it was delicious.
Yeah. I don't have any questions for you, Michael. All I can say is your dish looks amazing. Great job.
Thank you very much.
All right, so our last chef, save best for last, right?
Well,
is Rob Z over here. So, what you got for us?
Okay, so I love diners, and I especially love diners that are set in the 60s and the 70s. Diners became popular back in the 30s when you look at all the history on them, but I love diners. The thing is, it's hard to eat healthy at a diner. Even if you get the foods like Alicia made, when you get them in a diner, loaded with sodium, that kind of a thing. So it's really hard. We're getting a little bit of feedback here, so let me grab my earphones. No fault of mine, but that's me on presentation. Okay, so we're getting feedback.
It's probably
Can
Tina.
everybody hit their mute button?
Good. I can hear you.
Okay, so what we're doing, what I decided to do tonight was I decided I was
don't hear any feedback.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I decided to do tonight, you guys, was I decided I was going to make a very popular dish in the diner food, and that's the Monte Cristo sandwich. So the Monte Cristo sandwich is an absolutely amazing sandwich. I got it there. I'm going to pick the sandwich up separately and show you. But I did put some like filler foods on the plate because a Monte Cristo would usually be served with French fries or potato chips. It could be served with coleslaw or cottage cheese. But I love an amazing Monte Cristo sandwich, and they're good. Now, I did tend to go a little bit healthier with this Monte Cristo sandwich, and I'm going to hold it up so that you guys can see the inside of it. It is absolutely amazing. It has a batter on the outside of it. So what this sandwich is, Tina, can you hit the mute button? What this sandwich is it has different layers to it. There's 3 pieces of bread, and in the bread, I picked bread that had 6 grams of carbs only per one. So the total sandwich for a whole, just in the bread part of it, only has 18 grams of carbs. There's certain ways you can change it up so that everything doesn't have to be loaded with carbs or salt, and I decided to take that avenue on the sandwich. Now, the exciting thing about the Monte Cristo is that really the Monte Cristo is a sandwich that is put together and then battered on both sides and pan fried. But when it became popular in the United States, guess what we decided to do with it? We decided to deep fry the sandwich, okay? So when you have a Monte Cristo, there's 2 different ways you can go with it. You can choose to go with a savory Monte Cristo, or you can go with a sweet Monte Cristo sandwich. I decided to go with the savory one. So what you do is you take 2 pieces of bread, you lay it out. You can really use what you want, but a traditional Monte Cristo sandwich has a mayo mustard combined, and it's put onto 2 pieces of bread. You then put a piece of cheese on the one piece. You put a piece of ham, you put a piece of turkey, and a piece of Swiss cheese. Now, other cheeses that are popular with it is the Gouda cheese, or you can use a Havarti cheese, but 9 times out of 10, it's usually made with a Swiss cheese. So you put that on there, you put the middle piece of bread on there, and then you take and you put the turkey and the ham on there with a slice of cheese, and then you also put the sauce on the last top piece of bread. Once you have it together, you take and you put the batter on both sides. Now, when you're pan frying it, you can simply use eggs. You can add salt and pepper to taste. Some people will put sugar in the eggs if they're going to go with the sweet avenue of it. I prefer the savory one. And then you will take and you will put dip both sides and then put it in a pan. One of the secrets and the most important thing is the top piece, both of the pieces of bread that will be in the pan, it's important that after you put the sauce on, the cheese goes there. Because it's going to be hard to get your cheese to melt if you put it in the middle of the sandwich unless you're deep frying it. So that's one of the tricks. Make sure that your cheese goes right on the upper piece there. Okay? So this sandwich is absolutely an amazing sandwich. I love a Monte Cristo. They are so good, you guys. So if you want to make a Monte Cristo at home, it's really easy. You can just layer it up. Serve it with some potato chips and some pickles. It's absolutely amazing. Again, there is the sandwich. Just really, really good. Now, if you want to eat it sweet, then what you would do is when you take it out and you have just the sandwich, you would sprinkle the top with powdered sugar, and you can dip it in raspberry preserves. That's usually what's served with it. You could really use any kind of preserves you want, but generally it's served with raspberry preserves. So that's what I did as my main dish. And then as my side dish, what I decided to do was take a donut and top it with maple bacon. So this particular donut, you guys, I have an amazing story about this. I got to go to a bakery that one of my agents owned the other day, and I got to learn how to make the donuts, taking and dropping the batter into the fryer, which I messed up the first couple times because it really is a trade. I didn't realize it was so hard to do something like that. But what you can do is once the donuts come out, they go through like a glazing machine, and we did that. And then when I came home today, I cooked the bacon up, the maple bacon, and then you simply just put the maple bacon on the top. Now, if the glaze is already dry, what you can simply do is take some warm water on a couple fingers, go around the top of the donut, that re-softens it, and put your bacon on, and then you'll be good to go. So this is an absolutely amazing donut that has bacon on it, and it is so good, you guys. I actually only brought one home, and so I haven't had it, but people were buying these like crazy, and I was able to make 3 dozen, you guys. and I left those with the exception of this one at the bakery, and then brought it home and put my own bacon on the top of it. So what I decided to make tonight was this, because when you go into a restaurant, a diner, you're not going to find the same desserts that you would normally find at a restaurant. It's going to be like Michael made the apple pie a la mode. It could be apple pie with a slice of cheddar cheese on it. You're going to find donuts. You're going to find milkshakes, things like that. It's not like usually carrot cakes and things like that. So, and not at most diners anyway. Some diners may have that. Some diners also serve baklava, which is very, very hard to make, and I would never attempt to make baklava. But some diners do serve baklava. So there is my side tonight, this amazing maple bacon topped donut, and then a Monte Cristo sandwich with a side of fries and pickles. Yummy.
That looks really good.
Thank you.
So, do the judges have any questions for Rob?
Wow, I think it's amazing, Rob. I would have never thought to put bacon on a donut, and that's pretty cool that it's actually, I bet it's actually very good. And I never knew that the Monte Cristo salad could be sweet or savory. I had no idea about any of that. So it was very educational. I learned a lot watching the presentation. And I think I've had them before, and they are very good, but I just had no idea how they were made.
The Monte Cristo, and Michael may be able to weigh in on this, you probably got a lot of diners in Texas too. They basically disappeared, and that's a sad thing because it really is an amazing sandwich. You can still find it at some restaurants. One restaurant, if you have it, that I know they have it, it's one of their signature things on the menu, is Bennigan's. Bennigan's has a Monte Cristo. Their Monte Cristo is deep fried. And when America, usually, not all the time, but takes something from another country, because this is a French, this is a French dish, really, and like Norway has it, and the UK, and some other countries, and they all have their own versions. But really, it was designed to be a savory sandwich, and then it kind of turned into a sweet sandwich also. You could have it either way. The original Monte Cristo only has ham on it, but a lot of Monte Cristos you find now, they have started putting turkey in it, so it'll be ham and turkey. But when it came to America, it automatically became a deep fried treat, as so many things here become. But you can make the sandwich healthy if you choose to. I could have went with the full carb bread, and this would have been loaded with carbs. This whole sandwich, based on the bread, and there may be a couple carbs here and there in some of the, the mayo or whatever, I don't know. But basically, we're talking about 18 grams of carbs for an amazing a triple-decker sandwich, you guys. So, you got to cut where you can and eat those things. And there's other things, like with Michael's homemade pie and my donut, where you really don't cut the carbs. But you just have to realize you can't have that every time you go there. Moderation means both in how often you eat something and the amount you eat. So instead of having 2 or 3 maple bacon top donuts, have one and enjoy it, and don't have one for another month or whatever. It's really about enjoying the things you like, and if you're going to make that, then maybe make modifications to the sandwich to make it better. Now, I really wanted to buy and put the ruffled cheddar chips, the baked ones, on here, but that's not something they serve in a diner, and the theme was diner. So I wanted to stick with the diner theme, and I put Lay's potato chips. But you guys, that was what I bought. It was a 59-cent small bag of Lay's potato chips. I just emptied it and put it on here. So again, moderation was used. If I would have bought the Ruffles cheddar baked one, I would have had a whole bag of chips here at the house that I would have been munching on probably for the next day or two if I didn't eat them all in one day. So even though this is more fat and probably more sodium, the other would have ended up being way worse in the end because I would have consumed way more product. So try to use good judgment, and you can't go wrong.
Well, I got booted up. I didn't see the. I saw your Monte Cristo, and the explanation was phenomenal. I'd never even heard of them before, so I learned something new tonight. I've never had one. So.
Oh, Tina, you got.
They are good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great. Now I saw something about a donut with maple and bacon.
Yeah.
Tell me what that is.
So.
Oh my.
I was able to go to one of my agents on a bakery, and I was able to go there after talking with them and help in the morning. Let me tell you guys, I have so much respect now for people that work in a bakery and it's not something I would want to do. It's very hard work. I thought you'd just take a ring thing and drop the donuts in there. They're all disformed. You have to do it a certain way, and it took me like 2 tries through a can, like a loft of batter to get them to come out the way that they came out. I ended up making 3 dozen, and I got to keep one of them out of them, and I picked the one that I thought turned out the best. Then they go under like this little shower of glaze, and the donut actually never flips. They only glaze and it drips down, but it goes through it twice. And then I put the bacon on myself, so this is a donut. I didn't make the batter, it was pre-made, but I did put it into the deep fryer. The machine automatically flips them so that it cooks on both sides. And then the glaze went over it, and I brought it home, and I got the maple flavored bacon myself. And you guys, that is here amazing.
Oh, wow. It looks amazing. You can really see it too, Rob.
Yeah.
You can really see it close up. It's like it's right here.
That's so good, you guys. And you know what? Like I said, you don't have to eat a dozen of them. You can have one of them, and it's not the end of the world. So, you know, like I said, make the modification on the sandwich and enjoy the donut, you know, if that's what you want to do. So it really is about cutting and using smart choices and making those adjustments where you can, whatever works best for you, your health, and your diet.
I've never even heard of that sandwich before. I've never.
Michael, nobody's heard.
Oh my gosh!
Nobody's heard of a Monte Cristo. Are you kidding me?
I've never heard of it. I have.
Let me tell you this too for the viewers, because the people go out and decide to try a Monte Cristo. Make sure you tell them that you, unless you want it on there, tell them that you do not want the powdered sugar put on the top, unless you want it that way. Because if you do not tell them that, it will come with powdered sugar on it. And it takes your sandwich from a savory taste to a sweet taste, because preserves is always served on the side. Unless you're in other countries where they actually put the preserves as the spread. Okay? So it's very important that you let them know, say, I don't want powdered sugar on mine, please leave it off.
Yeah, Anna Texana actually said when she was little, she would get the sweet Monte Cristo, deep fried in pancake batter, the sandwich with all the gooey melted cheese, then dipped in butter syrup. So delicious.
Oh, it's amazing.
That sounds very dangerous. Like that
They
just
are amazing.
So I can taste one. I haven't had one in years. Bennigan's left the Houston and Texas area about 5 years ago, I believe. I mean, that's what I would get every single time I went there was a Monte Cristo, and I got the extra side of raspberry jam to go with it. I mean, I can taste it in my mouth right now. Just the Monte Cristo is one of my all-time favorite sandwiches. I mean, it's.
I can't. Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to understand the sandwich, but like, I'm not understand. Like, I understand what you guys are saying, but I just can't. Like, I guess it would be something that I would have to try, but like, I can't understand like the sweet, you know, and all that stuff.
It's Swiss cheese. This like sugar with Swiss cheese is kind of a strange thought.
Yeah, yeah. You know.
I mean, it is a strange thought, but it all goes together, and it's just an amazing taste.
Yeah.
It really.
You know what I wanted to do tonight, but I kept it the original traditional way that they're done. I wanted to put a slice of Havarti in there. And instead of the mustard, I want to put horseradish sauce inside of the mayo and make it have more of a kick to it. But I went with the traditional way and just kept it the way that it was supposed to be made.
Yeah.
Well, we would have never known, honey. So you get that horseradish out, then slather it on there. And I love the fact that you made it healthier for you by just reducing a few carbs so that you can go ahead and splurge on your other item. More so, and the fact that it has turkey in there as well as ham and cheese, it's a high protein sandwich as well, plus that protein from the bacon on the donut. So you got a pretty good amount of protein there.
The donut is healthy, people. We got a lot of protein on there.
High protein donut.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I made tonight. I loved the theme. Thank you for bringing this to the forefront for us. I love diner food. I love 70s diners especially. You go into them, they have the old yellow seat covers, and they have all the stools at like the bar area. they're just amazing, you guys. If you ever get to go into a diner, you will not regret it.
Yeah. The old style ones especially, yeah.
Yeah. We have a few comments here, mostly from Anna, Texana, our favorite person. She said that baklava at a diner is just unnatural. So, and then she said she loves Monte Cristo sandwiches. She said, Texas prices. And she wants Michael to know that she is on her way. She'll be there in 30 minutes to save her a sandwich.
Got it.
And she said in Texas you can get lots of vittles for $4.99.
Lots of food.
Lots of food. Vittles. Vittles is food.
Okay. Look, I'm from the West Coast. We don't talk like that, okay? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Come on. You know what vittles? Vittles?
I don't know what vittles are. I'm not.
Vittles is good old home cooking.
I guess I need to come and visit Michael for like maybe a couple of weeks or something, and
and I will convert you on over to talking like me.
So, then at the beginning, she has names for us all. So she has Robsy, Magic Mike, Allie, Zen You Zen, and Sweet Tina. I just love how she, gives us all names and stuff. So, we appreciate her, watching us and commenting and stuff. So,
Sure.
yeah.
So if they haven't already, what the two judges need to do is text Alicia with your choice of who you're giving your best in show point to tonight. After those come in, then Alicia will go back to the judges and ask them to verbally say who they chose and why, if they want to elaborate. Then when that is done, Tina will announce what the theme is for next week and what the requirements are. Okay, and then after that, Alicia will do a sign-off, and we will be done until we see you guys next Monday with more amazing food.
So, okay, so I do have, they both sent me in their decision. So, let's start with Zen. Zen, who did you pick? And if you want to tell us why, you can or not, however you want to do it.
It was a really hard decision tonight. Everybody brought some really amazing food. I'm not a big diner eater, but I do enjoy and have enjoyed a lot of that food, So I gave my best in show to Robsy. I really liked his creativity and his explanation about the sandwich and the theme and how he made it healthy. And the donut was amazing. The fact that he went to the bakery and like really went above and beyond the Call of Duty to prepare such an amazing a feast to show everybody here, and I was really impressed with his, modification of the sandwich as well. What can I say? That's a person after my own heart. Trying to reduce a carb, kicking one to the curb wherever you can, even if you're picking up a few more on something else. So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, okay. So, and Tina.
Okay, well, this was really hard because all of you did, amazing. You guys did so good. How I judge, let me just explain to you how I judged tonight. Okay, how I judged tonight is what I would order if I went into your diner, and that's how I judged tonight. And so I chose Michael because I would order a patty melt. That's what I would, if I were to go into a diner, and the apple pie, that is one of my favorite things. So that, but I loved Alicia's, I loved Rob's, I never had a Monica. So you're gonna.
Oh no, did we lose?
But Michael,
Okay, we kind of heard you. You were kind of
lost a lot of that in translation.
What?
But, yeah.
Tina?
Did I cut out?
Yeah. Eat it.
Oh, and I was talking to myself.
Kind of.
And she probably had so many good things to say too. She's like,
Okay, for all the viewers out there and for you guys, let me just give you a little disclaimer. I am I am 30 minutes from Sturgis, South Dakota. Google it. There is over 1.2 million bikers here in our area for the Sturgis Rally, and they have put on the news. Our service is going out. We can't. Our cell phones. It's crazy up here.
yeah,
So I think that's why I don't have good service tonight. Is because
yeah.
They're overloaded near. They're taxing the system.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
no,
So
everyone did a really great job, and we have one last comment. Anna said that tonight everyone was a winner, so
Bless your
that's
heart.
really sweet of you.
Loves us all.
I agree with that. I love you all too. And Alicia, I think your dish was outstanding as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really, really, really tasty. I've had that before, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I
love spinach. Like, I love it. I love it in everything. So,
Yeah.
And I haven't had meatloaf in a long time. Like, it's been a long time. So, it was just really good. And, yeah. So, but yeah, so I think that's it. And so, but we need to go over to Tina. So, so she can tell us what we're making next week, and, she can explain to us what we're going to be doing.
Okay. I have a lot to say. I'm very chatty tonight. I apologize. The list, and whoever's going to come fill my spot, it's tough because the choices that we as judges have to choose from is really great. It is really great. And I love the variety of kind of the different things that we could do to have you guys really step it up. Mm-hmm. But because I'm leaving, because I have some family obligations that I have to tend with, of course, I want you guys to make me a paleo meal. So, next week, you are to make a paleo, I want you to make an entree, and I want you to make me a dessert. No one's saying anything.
No.
And you should have told them that they had to use spinach or something.
Oh my goodness.
No, that sounds really fun. I think that'll be really great. And, I kind of knew that you were going to put the dessert thing in there because Tina has a thing for desserts. Like, if you watched last season, every time someone brought a dessert, she was like, oh my gosh, I got to have that. It's like, you can tell that Tina doesn't eat too many desserts because she's like, oh my gosh, I got to have that.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, make a paleo. You guys can Google it. There's so much information out there about paleo. And I think you guys will bring it. I think you guys, will do amazing. And it's really, I think it'll be really fun to see what you guys would choose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Great.
Yeah. So, any last words, you guys, before I sign off?
No.
No? Well, it was really fun. It was fun to do, like, these diner type meals, and it was so yummy. So, but I just want to thank you guys for this was a great start to our season 4, and I'm enjoying it, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm enjoying having Rob back over here as a chef. It's so nice to have you back over here and be cooking with us, and you get to be back in that vulnerable state that me, Michael, and Christy are in, and Zen gets to take a break and just be like, okay, I don't have to eat all that,
Right.
stuff. So I'm super happy to have you back over here with us, and yeah. So one last, before we go, again, remember, if you are interested in filling Tina's position, then just let us know, and we will definitely, take it into consideration, and we're definitely looking for someone that can commit, and it'll be a lot of fun. So until next week, paleo, and it'll be a great, last show for Tina. So she must be frozen again because she's just sitting there looking beautiful, like always. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next Monday, same time.
See ya. Best in